there, beer tubers. Welcome back to the Maxwell Starr's Beer Reviews. Here tonight with another new beer that recently showed up in New Brunswick liquor stores. We're going to take a look at a lager, a plain pale lager from Iceland. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? Going to take a look at Bríó. Bríó. Burgunder Sedan 2010. 4.8% ABV. Bríó is the first beer from the microbrewery Borg Brewhouse. Hey, it's from Borg. I think I've actually had something from Borg before. Driven by passion and aiming for quality and perfection, Olger Dvoring's brewmasters developed Bríó in close collaboration with the renowned Republican duo Cormacher and Skilder at Holzolfan Pub. Bríó is a German-style Pilsner with Bavarian Mittelfrüh hops to give the beer its unique taste and aroma. Interesting. So yeah, maybe a pale lager, but it's actually brewed by Borg Brewhouse in Iceland. And I'm trying to remember what it is I had before from these guys. I think I actually got a bottle of their Imperial Stout, which I can't put my finger on the name of. Starts with a G. Garun or something. Anyway, yeah, so I've actually had a beer, and I'm hopefully, this is Canada, imported by Christopher Stewart Wine and Spirits, 1500 14th Street, Southwest Calgary. Yeah, I think I've been there. Yeah, actually what I'm hoping to get is, because this is made by Iceland, I'm hoping to get the Untapped badge. So usually I wouldn't opt to pick up a Pilsner from from the NB Liquor these days, but Iceland sounded like an interesting tick. So if I don't get the badge for this, at least I'll get one step closer. Anyway, let's pour this in my glass. If I don't get the tick for this, I think I got another Icelandic lager that Jesse brought me back from Iceland. Holy smokes, that's a lot of head. And looking at that, maybe little bits of sediment, not much, but very straw yellow color appearance and lots of head. Holy smokes. Look at that. That's a lot of head. That's way more head than I was expecting. Of course, I'm a few beers in the night already, so that's holy. And that's a really clear. I got like one little streamer of carbonation, and that's it. So it's pretty much flat looking, except for the massive head that I get on top of that. And a straw yellow appearance, so let's give it a sniff. It might just be the head doing it. Let me give the can a sniff. I would expect more of a spicy sauce, kind of like herbal note. It did say it was a German Pilsner, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, German style Pilsner. So I'm kind of getting this, I'm not really getting, like usually these Bavarian style Pilsners, I expect to get that sauce, and like that like sweet herbal peppery note. Whereas this one here has kind of got almost nothing going for it. It's very, there's a little hint of metallic, and then there's yeast. Just a little tight, touch briny, kind of salty yeast kind of note. Head's died down, so let me give this another sniff. Yeah, there's a little bit of like a pale Pilsner malt sweetness, characteristic sweetness coming up through the center. But not a lot. Not a very strong aroma at all. Let's put this thing down the hatch. Cheers. Ooh. Whoa. So it starts off nice. Got a little bit of this like subtle sweet Pilsner malt kind of taste, like a little almost straight up kiln dried sweetness. And then it fades into this metallic kind of copper coin hop note, herbal hop note. And then it wraps around the mouth, almost like whiplash, with this weird, yeasty hop, or not hops, metallic note. A huge amount of metallic, outweighing anything other flavor in the beer. It's And it's bordering on cardboard. Guess that's what passes for a lager over in Iceland, I guess. Oh. Oh. Well, you know what? I gotta admit that it's got this nice... It is a little crisp, and it finishes completely dry. Like, it's very drying in the very back of the throat. And I'm getting this almost no lingering aftertaste. All of this metallic goopiness is centered around the roof of the mouth. And you know what? I'll give it credit where credit's due. As I drink it, it's becoming cleaner and cleaner. Yeah, let me drink more of this. Yeah. So I am noticing a pattern here. That little bit of metallic yeasty goopiness is kind of centered like around the top of the roof of the mouth, the top of the palate. Whereas the finish is almost completely dry. This reminds me of like a Warsteiner, except for the metallic note at the very top is slightly off-putting and very omnipresent. Whereas a Warsteiner is completely, like, not so much flavorless, but what's there disappears real quick. And I think that that's how Warsteiner was, and it's kind of changed recently. Your last can of Warsteiner I had wasn't as nice as I remembered. And this is kind of like how Warsteiner was when I remember it, aside from that little bit of yeastiness that kind of resides at the front of the palate, in front of the roof of the mouth. Probably using that word wrong. So yeah, I gotta say it's getting better as I drink it. But first impressions count for a lot. Is it good? Yeah, it's fine. It's interesting to try stuff from different regions of the world. I mean, I've had a few beers from Iceland now, and all of them have been interesting, to say the least. I think my favorite was the Grun, Icelandic Imperial Stout, which was tasty. I've previously reviewed something from Wolversholt Brewhouse, which was the Lava Smoked Stout, which was... I liked it, Jesse hated it. And it's good, but it's not that great. At the end of the day, it's just a pale Pilsner. And it's not a super impressive Pilsner at that. There's better from Iceland, I know there is. But this one, that's what passes for German-style Pilsner out there. And I gotta say, it's actually remarkably close to a very sessionable Pilsner. And it's very in tune with the style of Warsteiner, but it's not perfect. But it's good. It's passable. I'm going to give it a 2.75 out of 5. I still like it, but I don't love it. And I don't even remotely love it. But would I drink it again if somebody handed it to me? Yes. Will I finish this glass? Probably. Anyway, Bríó. That's my review for Bríó. Interesting enough to try. 2.7 out of 5. 2.75 out of 5. Thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review. Chat with you folks later. Cheers.